right, I don't know if we need to give you the disclaimer or not on this fine Tuesday afternoon, 12:06. But there's our presenting sponsors. And right there, our supporting sponsors. And right here, in the window, are two asshats that just stumbled in here for the first time. I have never met you guys in here. I mean, I've known you for, I don't know, 5 minutes now, and I'm already calling you asshats.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great friendship developing already.
You know what? That's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
And we have Chris Masi, who's the first tuned in here today.
Of course. Better be.
Gino Masi, you're Chris's son.
Yes, I am.
Who Raylene was all fucked up about, thinking that you were Frank.
I don't know. Like, there's no
what
resemblance.
Is that? What was she doing?
I don't know. She didn't, specify. She wasn't like, even over the phone, she wasn't like, so what cars are you working on now? Stuff like that. She's just like, nothing like that. It was just trying to get it together.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's Chris's brother. God, I've known him for years. Then you come in here, you're a freaking 19-year-old kid.
Yeah. Yep. We strolled right.
We're all confused.
Mm-hmm.
And Ty, hello to you, my man.
Hello.
Man, I'm stoked to meet you two hooligans.
Yeah.
The film crew.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so Raylene calls me yesterday, and she's like, man, I got some guys coming in that are going to come on the podcast, and they're just wicked guys. And she's starting to tell me this thing. And, of course, I'm driving.
Right.
So it's like, I'm driving.
You're focused. You can't.
Focused.
Come on.
What are you talking about? The film crew and this documentary?
Just barking up your tree.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, great.
Sounds good.
If it's connected to Chris Massey, bring him in.
Do it.
That's fine with me.
Closely connected. Yeah.
And then she sent me a bunch of notes last night on you guys and a quick clip of something that you guys have produced, which of course we're going to talk about. And I'm stoked to meet you, man.
Yeah.
And Glenn Brummert is saying hello to you this afternoon. And
Howdy,
yeah,
Glenn.
Yeah.
Shout out to Glenn.
Man,
shout out, Glenn.
You guys know Glenn?
No. We do now.
We do now. We know he's watching. So now we know we've officially met each other.
Yes. You guys, so Gino, you're 19.
Yes.
Ty, you're 20.
Yep.
All right. Obviously, you guys are friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
You went to high school together?
Yes.
Yeah.
What school and when did you graduate?
Did
you graduate?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we
We
did.
both graduated. We went to Spalding High School.
Okay.
And we had known each other kind of throughout school and stuff like that. We had gone to we were in Berrytown. You went to Berrytown. Yeah, because I had seen him back in grade school in Berrytown. He was a grade up on me, and so I just saw him through the halls. You see people that you know. And in high school, we both ended up in DMA, right, in the tech program at Spalding for CVCC, the Central Vermont Career Center there.
Yes.
And, we were both in there, and there's I had known him, obviously, because I'd seen him all throughout grade school. So we went through DMA 1, which is it's like an overview of, they teach you everything to do, like, digital art kind of thing. So they teach you a little bit on music production, photography, and film. And we really got into the film and photography part. So we really wanted to go into DMA 2, which is the second year of that program. And we both went into there with a select few of the class who was in DMA 1. And, from there we just kind of snowballed into a little filmmaking duo. We just clicked and, just really started hammering out projects and making a ton of stuff.
So some of these projects were assignments from school.
A few of them, yeah. But we've continued to do a lot of stuff outside of school too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like sourcing out. Right now we're working a lot with the local rap scene kind of thing.
Nice.
So a lot of younger kids too. Not necessarily younger kids, but people our age, I guess. Like really pursuing rap quite seriously up in Burlington and around the state and in like Maine and stuff like that. So we're trying to give them kind of high quality videos and photography, so they can really, they have something to put out there, you know, alongside their music. So yeah, that's really what we're into right now.
Glenn is saying he's known you, Gino, since you were a baby.
I mean, I probably bumped into him, but here's the thing: is I don't remember names.
Yeah.
I remember faces. Like, I'm sure if I saw Glenn, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I know you."
Well, now he's
But it's the
saying
faces.
now he's saying that he cleaned your diaper. So I'm not sure what this is all about.
Well, I don't
Wow.
know. He must have been ducking behind me or something. I don't know.
So listen. So my questions are: so you're done with school.
Yes.
Yep.
What are you doing for a living right now?
Right now, I'm working at Domino's, actually right down the street, to get a consistent money income.
Good for you.
But we're trying to make this video production, and actually we do have some decent paying jobs here coming up that we've scheduled to make that more of our career and our main job, if you will.
All right, Ty, where are you working?
I don't have a job right now. I'm just making a little bit of money from the film stuff.
Okay.
At the moment.
So what do you got? So I have a lot of questions.
Go for
First of all, why do you two asshats not have a podcast yet? What's going on here?
Well, we talked about it a little bit off air, but just like our audio production, kind of, we're not 100% on that. I think that's the one thing that's really stopping us. That, and then, you know, we gotta have the finances to get the mics and get everything, and, you know, have enough, you know, connection and get people that are gonna be interesting to hear talk and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So I think those are probably like the main things that would be stopping us right now. That and time. Like, I still have a job that
Right.
I got to do to get money right now.
Sure.
But I think once we break more into having like, okay, like filming, we're consistently making money off of this. Like,
Sure.
you know, then where we can find time, we could probably podcast. Because
Yeah.
I would love to do that. I would
Yeah.
love to be sitting where you are right now and interviewing people and
I
talking.
definitely-
You want to drive?
I want
No, I don't want to drive. I don't want to drive. It's your show.
I want to do like artist interviews, like not just do music videos with these artists, but do like interviews with them. I feel like that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep.
And here's the thing. I mean, let's say, for example, you did a podcast that was once a week. You got a short project that you're working on, a documentary, whatever it is. You could be talking about that
True.
on your
Yeah,
podcast.
true.
A little behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the
talk,
scenes
yeah.
stuff, pre-tease, and then you're maybe drop a couple of teasers, and then you're constantly promoting it,
Yeah.
hyping it up before
That is a
it,
good idea. Yeah.
before it drops.
Well, we gotta keep that in mind.
You know,
That's- I didn't think
and
about it
bring
like that.
and bring some artists in. God, there's boatloads. I mean, we're so lucky
A
in
lot.
state
Very
of
creative
Vermont.
people. Very creative, wonderful artists, like across the spectrum.
Everywhere.
From painters, drawer, like you name it. Like there's an artist for everything
Sure.
in this state, which is great.
Yeah.
Like it gives us no shortage of content to capture.
Sure.
For sure.
You guys ought to get over to Montpelier and meet DJ Barry over at World Cow. He's
Really?
badass.
Yeah. I'd love
I
to
think
talk.
I've heard of that name. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's like world famous. He's amazing. I mean, there's so much. There's
Yeah.
so much that you could.
There's a lot for us to learn. We're new on the scene here.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. So you're Chris's son, Gino.
Yes, the legend himself. I'm what comes of that. The mini one.
Where are you living right now?
Where am I living right now?
Yes.
I'm living up over by Thunder Road with my mom most of the time.
Okay.
But yeah, like, you know, me and my dad, we go, dude, this guy and his side-by-side, man. His side-by-side. He's a huge side-by-side fanatic. This dude, he sent me, actually, it's funny, he sent me a picture of these tires he got for his side by side. These huge tires with these crazy grips, and he's like all ready. I'm all ready for the season. Like every year he gets like this crazy new upgrade to this side by side. It's a 4-seater, and it's called the T-Rex.
Oh, we have to name it.
Yeah, he has to name it.
Okay.
It's great though. No, Dad, it's good. It's good. But yeah, no, it's funny, and he'll like put skeletons in the back. That's his thing.
This is your dad, Chris.
Yes, this is my dad.
Skeletons.
He was born on Halloween. His birthday's on Halloween. So
He's the crazy dude that puts all the shit in the garage.
yes,
Oh.
actually, yeah. Shout out the Haunted Garage. We'll probably do that this year, and now we have to because I said something about it, so we have to do it this year.
Good.
But yeah, we try and do that pretty much every year, and I try and be in it as a little actor to scare people. But yeah, no, that's something that we bond over, and Halloween's his thing. So skeletons in his side by side is very Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've never had him in here.
I don't know why.
We've had his son in here, but
I don't
not
know
him.
why. He could probably tell you a lot of crazy stuff. Like you were like, I remember off air we were just talking to you. You were like, you got any stories that you could tell us about him or anything like that? I don't have any that I can think of. Like any I only have good stories. Like he's done just good things. Like with the like he like from what I've seen, like he's been good, I guess. At but no, like with the flood, he came down with his side by side and was helping like deliver supplies to people and stuff like that. Yeah. So like, I've never seen, I guess the party animal version that we were talking about a little. Yeah, you got called out, by the way. I heard about, what was it? The smoke,
the Green Mountain Smokeout.
The Green Mountain Smokeout,
yes.
Dude. We heard a little bit about that, and that's interesting. That I'm gonna have to hear your side of the story after this for sure. JD is turning red behind the monitor.
You know why you probably don't have too much dirt on Chris?
Why?
Because he's a boring freaking business analyst.
No, there's some interesting stuff. He does interesting stuff.
Yes,
he helps
does.
out. He
Yes,
helps
he
out.
does. Yeah,
He's
true.
a good guy. He's a good guy. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't have those crazy party stories or anything like that.
Well, now I can put on my resume.
Yeah, I gotta.
That I went to the Green Mountain Smokeout with a business analyst.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he
that's
got
pretty
you to
good,
party
Ty.
hard.
Yeah.
He got you to party hard. That's what matters.
Those business analysts, man, when they come out at night,
They're sleepers, dude.
damn, yeah,
They're sleepers.
They
man.
are.
You never know. Like they're just gonna show up, with a bottle and be like, "You ready to party, dude?"
Oh my
Just like,
God.
yeah, you're not gonna be ready to go.
Let's see. Comment here. If he's Chris's son, that means he is Sierra's brother,
That's true.
and she is in a relationship with my nephew. That means they are one marriage away from being family.
Whoa.
Well,
Wow.
We're connecting some dots.
there's a lot of dots to be connected, but
We're all pretty much related.
I mean, it's to
all
some
of us.
degree. I don't know if my sister and what nephew, was that it?
Yeah.
Are still together. I don't believe that's still going on anymore.
Oh,
so I
no.
don't think we're one marriage away
All right.
anymore. But yeah, I don't know.
All right,
I don't think we're that close.
We may have been
unfortunately.
premature in that, but
Yeah, a little premature.
So you guys, your passion is stemming from some knowledge for filmmaking
Yes.
that you got from Spalding and the
Yes.
Central Vermont Career Center,
Correct.
Digital Media Arts.
Yes.
So what is it that you're hoping to do? I mean, you just gave me kind of the 1-year plan, maybe the 3-year plan.
Right.
But beyond that, I mean, you guys are kind of bitten by the bug. You love cameras.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a production, a 3-minute production that you did, which is on YouTube.
Yes.
We're going to share that.
Please, yeah.
We're going to share that. But so I got to say, so straight off, editing is great.
Thank you.
Your video quality is exceptional.
Thank you.
I thought your sound was great.
Thank you.
I really did. I thought
Yeah.
it was great. What's the deal with what I saw, though? The guy basically is tripping out. There's something in the coffee?
Yeah.
Is there
Yeah.
something?
I mean,
So
it's a little tricky here. You can
Yeah.
speak on it. You
Is
can
there
open
some
it up.
hallucinating going on
yeah,
here?
we did that for a little film competition, or a film slam is what they called it, and we were given the prompt magical realism, or the genre more.
Slow down. Magical realism.
Yep, that's
Yes.
the genre that we were given.
I got it.
So we had to come up with a story in 4 or 5 days total
It's
to
like, 3 or 4.
3 or 4 days. We had to come up with a story, shoot the story, edit it, and make any revisions and submit it.
Yeah, which for those of you who don't know
Is a lot
or
of work.
don't make film or anything, it's a ton.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a ton.
So we were
That's
pretty
why
busy.
I'm live.
Yeah, exactly.
going.
You know,
Yep.
you don't have all that post and that tedious writing you gotta do and everything. Yeah. No, it's a bitch.
Yeah,
It sucks. There's no better
It's
way.
fun
to
though.
put
It's fun. We do it because it's fun. We love it.
You
No.
guys pulled that off in how many days?
It was like 4 days.
Yeah, 3, 4. Yeah.
4 days max. Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that, give or take.
Wow.
Yeah, no. So as me nor Ty are writers, which is kind
Yeah.
of where that's like our Achilles heel when it comes to our filmmaking. Is like we're not great at coming up with like these gripping stories with these great characters or anything, but we can capture it. We can make
Yeah.
it look wonderful. And we got the shots, we got the photography. Like we can do that. We can edit. We can
It's
do
a
that.
different side of the brain, writing and
Yep. Yeah. I
But
don't
we
and
just-
think-
producing.
We can't put it on paper the same way. Granted, that's something we're practicing, but
Yeah.
that's our real Achilles heel when it comes to this. So yes, the story is it's out there. It's not. The meaning is kind of in whatever you want to take it as.
Yeah.
Like there's no set one right answer. It's just that dude's tripping out.
Yeah.
Was it the coffee? Was it not the coffee? Did he fall asleep? Was it a dream within a dream? Did this entity come through the dream and is now in real world, or is he forever dreaming? Like, it's open ended. It's not like it's one or the other.
Very creative.
Yeah.
It's
we
very
were
creative.
we were debating do we make a story that actually means something and
Mm-hmm.
makes people think, or do we just make something that's kind of entertaining?
Yeah.
So I think that this time around
We went for entertainment because we are with our tight time frame. It's like, are we going to spend a lot of time writing this out? Because like I said, we're not great writers, so it's going to take us 2 times as long as it would, on any other ordinary writer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
right.
either we take the time doing that, or we're like, okay, well, we have a structure that we could shoot, given, actually shout out Dad, shout out Chris for providing the blood and the
Yes.
cloak for that.
for multiple of our films.
Yeah, for multiple. He actually did it. He helped out and provided blood and props
Cloaks.
for our Skills USA video.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But
So
yeah.
what would you, is that where the Skills USA? That's where you got the bronze for TV and video.
That was in DMA 1.
Okay.
So yeah, DMA 1, which was a few years back, me and Gino got together for TV and video, and I think we were supposed to do a PSA when we got up there.
Yeah.
We weren't quite ready to do that. We were a little still learning, so we got bronze, which still happy with that.
And we
but,
got our cameras taken.
Yep.
So we all went up there as a class, like everybody who was participating in it, and we had gone up and we had this camera that was better for filming, like for taking video, and there was a few of our classmates who were going up and we were taking photography. One of the photography kids ended up grabbing one of our cameras that we were going to use for video because it's better at video. And started using it for photography. And, we were in a pinch. We had shown up late to the spot where we needed to do everything. And our teacher was like, look, we're just going to have to give you this one. That's just what you're going to have to run with. Now, it's not the camera's fault by any means, but we had practiced a lot more on the one that had been taken by the photography student, which is fine and everything. We still placed with the video and everything like that.
Wow.
So it's not a big deal, but we were like, and then on top of that, we got there a little late too.
Yep, yeah.
So we were already on a crunch. But
is this where you got the gold?
no,
No,
this was with the
so-
bronze.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
DMA 2 is
And
when we
then
got gold.
DMA 2 rolled around, and we didn't do TV video. We did digital cinema.
Which
and
is
the-
essentially the same
No,
time
it's not
frame,
the
right?
same.
Well, no,
Oh.
it's this one was it was still 2-3 days.
Yeah,
that we had to
I think it
film.
was 5 days.
No, oh yeah, because we had a whole
Skills
week. It was
USA
different.
was 5
that was
days.
that was the year before. My bad.
But we got gold for that one. No,
Damn.
nothing really went wrong. That was a great shoot.
Yeah, that
You
was
on
solid.
that
That one was called Lure,
Yep.
I believe.
That
I think
was
that's
about
just on
like
your
a-
channel. It's not on our GT
Yeah,
Visuals
not
channel.
yet.
Yeah, it's just on your channel. But that one was called Lure. That one was
Like the story of a stalker almost. That was
Okay.
really.
yeah.
Where do we see this stuff? You said your channel. So is there a YouTube
So
channel?
I started out with a channel where I was just uploading everything for the both of us, but
Yeah.
recently, like a month ago, we made a joint channel, and now from here on out we're uploading everything together that
one,
we do together.
One spot.
One spot.
Smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
We just need to get those other videos over. We need to, because those videos are great. Like I like the videos that we have
Yeah.
on yours still.
And how do we find that again?
I have the link. I can get the link somehow.
All right.
we can tell people too.
Yeah, tell me now.
Tell
I'll
'em
drop
where
it
to
in the
go.
comments.
It's
where to go
just
for what?
Ty Thornton on YouTube. That's me with a
Yeah.
handsome photo of myself.
All right.
And then for both of us, with what we're doing now and everything from this point forward that has been uploaded, all of our most recent stuff is on GT Visuals, and that is kind of our name for right now.
Where is that?
That's on YouTube as well.
Yes.
Okay. GT Visuals.
GT Visuals.
And it's Ty Thornton, so that's THORNTON.
Yes. Thank you
All
for
right.
spelling that correctly.
GT Visuals.
yes.
All right.
There's 2 channels you can go and find our stuff.
All right. All right. I'm putting that right there. There,
Thank
I got
you.
it. It's in the
Awesome.
comments. So people can go check you out on
Yeah.
YouTube. And then you did some stuff at the Flynn, too.
Yeah.
Tell me about
I
that.
should just mention real quick that the gold placement that won us a trip to Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh yeah, we did get to go to Atlanta for that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That was like the huge prize.
Yep.
Yeah. So
The two of you
yes.
went to Atlanta.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, it was because
It
we
was
didn't bring any actors.
Any other student that had competed in Skills USA from our school or from the state got to go on this trip.
Yeah, so Skills USA, it's like a national kind of competition, but for trade schools. So it's like trade school competitions.
Okay.
So anything you could learn in a trade school or a technical school like that, there's a competition for it. And it's nationwide. It's a huge organization, like massive. And it's great. It's really good because it impacted us hugely, and everybody that participates, it's a huge impact. But basically, first step is you compete amongst your state. And then, you have your top 3 winners, and you get your gold, your silver, your bronze, right? And then gold medalist gets invited to the national conference. So everybody that wins their state competition goes to whatever state is hosting this national conference. Usually it's a big city. For, I think, the next 2 years, they're doing it in Atlanta again. But yeah, so they had everybody go to, get out of here, fly. They had everybody go to Atlanta and then compete nationally there. So that was all the state winners that won gold or silver in their states and went to Atlanta. So
That's huge.
yeah, it was a huge opportunity.
You
and it
guys
was
are building
great.
a resume here.
Yeah.
a little bit.
I mean,
yeah,
trying
starting
to. That's the goal.
We'll be more organized about our work in the future,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, once we get a little bit more accustomed to everything and how it flows.
So you did, over at the Flynn, you did Poetry Out Loud.
Yes.
Okay.
We've done that 2 years in a row now. That's a big poetry competition where students get to go, and I don't think that they write their own pieces. I think that they are
They just perform
performing
it, yeah.
performing other pieces.
Yeah.
And you guys are streaming that.
Yeah,
we
we got to
live-streamed that.
live stream that in conjunction with the CVCC DMA students as well.
Yeah.
So that's always fun. That's good hands-on learning on how to live stream and do switching and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Which can be funky.
yeah,
It can be.
like seeing the setups and like it scares me. Seeing the software and like all the monitors and everything, and like all the camera angles that you're looking at, like it scares me a little bit. It gets me a little nervous. But
Especially when headphones get unplugged halfway
oh
through.
my god, yeah. Okay, we got to talk about that.
What?
So the most recent time, we've done it twice now, right? So the most recent time we did it, we were there with, actually our teacher was there. His name's Carlos Diaz. Love this guy. Carlos Diaz, wonderful person. If you're listening, shout out. He's awesome. He's taught us pretty much everything we know about filmmaking. He's wonderful.
He's from Central Vermont Career Center?
Yes, he's
Yep.
a teacher there.
Yep.
Okay.
And so we were there at the Flynn, doing the Poetry Out Loud, and he's there on the switcher. And I love Carlos, but he's a klutz, dude. Like he does some goofy stuff, and it's funny, it's hilarious. And Like he was there trying to listen to the audio, and then he unplugs it, and like everybody's dead silent, right? They're dead silent, like no one's talking. It's just the speaker, the student performing their poetry. And he unplugs it, and then you hear the broadcast out loud, like super loud in the back of this in the auditorium, and it's just like we're just looking at him, we're like, Carlos, you had one job, dude, one job, just get it right. But yeah, so that was a little awkward, but we rolled past it. No one yelled at us or anything, but we yelled at him.
Yeah, well, of course you should.
Yeah.
Yell at your teacher.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's awesome. But yeah.
Wow.
That was a little nail biting moment for
A
sure.
little oopsie.
We have all kinds of ghosts in the machine here as well, and little tiny things that,
Like to mess up here and
one, you hit one. I was cleaning this board the other day and hit some switch, didn't know it. Oh, God.
It just ruins the whole thing.
Huge. So Thunder Road, you Ty, you're over there.
Yep, a little bit.
What do you do over there?
I'm usually just on top of the tower, live streaming, operating a camera.
With Flo.
Yeah, with Flow Racing.
Yeah. Nice. Concerts? Do you guys do concert stuff?
Yeah, I've done a handful of photography shows for Higher Ground, but recently the two of us have been getting together and going to smaller venues and doing like full recaps of the shows, showing like each artist that performed, a little snippet of their music, and crowd footage, lots of that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Kind of just documenting that the show ever happened, because there's
it's very underground, like
Yeah.
like we were talking about. We're trying to really give these underground local rappers like a platform, a spot, where they can be seen, beyond just their music that's on SoundCloud. Because like, for me anyway, like a lot of younger people now our age are on SoundCloud heavily, so it's not really for them, but it's mainly for like, people like mid 20s, 30s, early 30s, something like that might not be on SoundCloud as much, where these rappers are mainly posting their stuff.
Yeah.
To, put them on YouTube, right? Like put them on, post them around, like put them on Instagram, put them out there on Facebook and stuff like that. And, we're doing these short little show recaps so you can just like, get a little taste for like, how that show went, their energy and everything like that. So
I'm sure Dad has shared with you about Sundub. Sundub, one of his favorite bands, reggae.
He hasn't.
Has he talked with you at all about the Reggae Fest at Sugarloaf?
No. Where's this? Where's it? Have him call in. Have him call in. Explain
Chris.
it. Jeez.
Do you know about the
What other festivals do I need to know about?
I'll tell you right now.
You got a whole poster of
You
them.
guys know about this? I mean, you guys should be shooting this, man.
We should be shooting this.
When is it?
420.
It's
It's on 420.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And this?
When's that?
Saturday, March 30th. Nope. Didn't know about that, but now
March
we know.
30th. When's today? What's today?
Today is...
I don't even know.
the
26th.
The 26th.
4 days. We might be able to.
We might be actually be able to get up to that.
You should ask your dad about these, because he knows all about these shows.
Yeah, we want to expand more
we've been
genres,
looking
but-
to expand the genre, because we're hard locked right now on hip hop rap, which is good. Like there's plenty there, but that's going to be some new content.
Man.
That's a change of
Well,
pace.
yeah, I mean,
sure.
has Chris talked with you at all about
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't even know this was coming up.
He hasn't
And he
talked with you
knows we
about-
do these shows.
Yeah, what's he doing?
I don't know.
He hasn't talked to you about Rooted Entertainment?
No.
Oh, God.
I know. We're falling behind. We got
no. You're not falling behind. He's falling behind. All right, I'm going to get you guys all connected with these.
Please.
You know, but then again, you're a couple of youngins. You're not even 21, so I don't
you'd be surprised how far these film heads go.
Yeah, they do get us
seriously,
some places.
seriously, like the last show we went to, we went up to like the bouncer, right? Because it's like a club. It's like it's like a club and a bar that they're doing these shows in. And we walk up, we have our camera cases and everything, and he's there. He's like, yo, IDs, please. And obviously we're going to pull him out, right? We're not trying to hide it, right? So we pull him out.
Film crew.
Yeah, we're like, film crew, like, and then he pulls him out. He looks at him. He's like, this is like, you guys have to leave at this time. Like, it's 21 and up after this time. We're like, okay, but like we have to, like we're here for the artists, like we have to be here for the artists, like they asked us to be there. Like we spoke to one of them and asked him to get a media pass for us.
Yeah.
So we're like, yo, we have to be here. Like we made it seem way more urgent than it really was to be in there.
Right.
And we're like, look, man, we're just trying to do our job. Like, you know, like, is there any way you can work around? Like, you can put X's on our hands, whatever you gotta do, whatever. Either way, he decided to put X's on our hands, and we managed to get in. But it was like crazy what, you know, some official looking hat and some assertion can get you when you show up to the door with all your camera equipment.
I love that quote.
Yeah.
Dude, you wouldn't believe where these film hats can take you.
Dude,
they are magic. They are
you
magic.
wouldn't. Like we've like walked like into like crew only areas before. Like we've straight up just like walked it. Like if you look like you own the place and you wear this, you're fine.
Yes.
You look like you belong and no one questions you. And it's great. And you get a lot of good shots that way. Like we get on stage and stuff.
I love this.
It's crazy.
I love this. You know, I have to ask you, you know, I understand the creative stuff, but have you shot anything about the flood? Do you have any documentaries that
Really wanted to. The whole time I was stuck up in Websterville getting rained on myself. I really wanted to.
I was down here. The most footage I got is like the day after driving around and recording it on my phone. But as far as like talking about it, no, we haven't really talked about it. But that kind of on that vein, I guess, of media creation and why we're creating, I think we do, when we start getting more into these stories and filmmaking, we do want to take them more seriously and talk about actual issues. Like I know for me, like Ty brought it up a while ago, and we still, you know, this has been put on the back burner because it's just kind of a passion project for just the two of us at this point. But talking about kind of like depression and how, not only depression with the younger generation, because obviously that's prevalent, like that's no secret now. But what isn't talked about is like a solution, not like, because there's no one answer. Like there's no solution to, oh, you're not going to be depressed anymore if you do X, Y, and Z. It's like everybody has their own way of dealing with things, positive ways of dealing with things. And I think that's something that we really want to capture when we go and create a short film about this, is what are people's solutions to depression, like younger people's solutions to depression, rather than we're depressed, help us kind of thing, you know? Like what are solutions that kids their age and, you know, our age are doing actively to, whether that's creating, you know, media or doing art, or if that's riding your motorcycle,
doing a podcast,
skateboard,
doing a podcast, something, anything,
any kind of hobby or something.
Exactly. So that's something we really want to touch upon
on an individual basis, but then also when you're connecting that with others and maybe even creating a group or something, then you're taking it to a different level.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's impacting mental health, and you're doing good everywhere.
100%. Yeah. So that's definitely a direction that we both want to go with our filmmaking, is much more impactful to the community and everything like that. And, you know, just bring it back to our roots and everything.
Well, you guys already know the buzzwords. Homelessness.
Yeah.
Opioid use, drug use.
Yep.
You know, domestic violence. We talked about it this morning. I mean, there's
housing too. For us too. Like that's like a huge topic for us. Is like we're young. We're at the point now where we need to like find, like, not that we need to, but it's like we want to like find places to live. You know, like we want to have an apartment, have a house, and it's like, you know, the housing crisis of like you have all these people that are did they plan the 30th now? Or something, that they're gonna try and let them out of all the hotels or something like that. But I saw it's cool because when we were at this film festival, there was other young people making videos about this stuff. Yeah, and they actually interviewed some activists that were talking about like how Vermont is almost reactive rather than proactive in a way of like they're not trying to prevent the fire necessarily. It's just like, oh my God, there's a fire, let's put it out. Like, and for the, you know, the homelessness crisis here is like, we put them all in hotels for COVID and everything like that. Great. Okay, now we have to take them out, and we still don't have the housing, right? We're not being proactive and, you know, putting our resources towards the housing, right? Or anything like that. So it's like, what are we doing here? So I don't know. And there is an interest in people that are our age that are actively capturing this and documenting it and are putting it out there. And so huge props to them, and I would like to join them in that. And I think we both would to some degree as we continue forward.
I'm sitting here listening to you guys, and I'm like, tell me, please, that you are either in or going to be or plan to be in the Green Mountain Film Festival.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we just had I think it was the youth
youth
version or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a little short film. I think
Good.
it was Stuck. Yeah.
Stuck.
It was
Stuck
in there.
I'm having a
Smash,
hard time remembering here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stuck played at the Montpelier Theater.
It did
Recently.
play there. Yeah, it was
At
last
Lost
weekend?
Nation? Was it Lost Nation that it played?
No, I don't think so.
I can't remember. Yeah, was it? No, I can't remember the name. No, it was the Capitol Theater. I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah. Right in Montpelier. That was last weekend, and we had a little screening there. It was great. It was a wonderful group of people. Like everybody that participated. Like the art was great. The films were great, and we got to speak with some. Actually, it was funny. The old DMA2 teacher, so the teacher that had the position of our teacher or whatever, Carlos. He lives up in Burlington, and he had like a little team that participated in it. And obviously, like they had been like these guys, like they're like, you know, they've worked on films before, so like they know what they're doing. Like these are professionals, and you know, just being able to not only like compete against them and like put a film up in front of their eyes too, which was huge for us because these are like, you know, we look up to them locally. But like being able to sit there after and talk to them and hear them come up to you and be like, yo, like I love your photography. Like I love what you did with this shot. I like how you did this, you know, and asking us like the important questions that we thought about or like didn't put enough thought into. And, you know, that was one thing that I really took away from it was like being able to talk to the people that are doing what we dream about doing.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting and fun.
Wow. It's inspiring as hell, man.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's great. It's lovely.
So, Ty, you're more of the off-camera guy. Are you the shooter? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, we take turns. Like sometimes I'll operate the camera, sometimes he will, but I'm usually never in front of the camera. Like Gino will get in there and act if he needs to.
Yeah.
I probably won't do that. I'm not very good at it.
Right.
Yeah.
But then again, if you need some crazy ass, you know, wild bearded man from Alaska,
Yeah,
who
sure,
comes
I
down,
can do that.
Then you'll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's hard because
We
you know, like,
argue a lot.
we do
behind
argue
the
a lot on
scenes.
set. We get at each other.
Really?
We get
Yeah.
at each other, but it's good. It's good arguments. It's not like I'm gonna fucking kill you kind of thing. But it's like
Just disagreements, like technically.
yeah, it's like you know, like I'll be like, yo. I know, like with our shot by the stairs, you know, at the bottom there, when I come down the stairs and I see the monster in that room, and
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
I want you to go around the pole. And you're like,
Yeah.
dude, I can't get it to focus around the pole. We spent like an hour trying to get it my way. He's like, look, we'll just do it this way. And it worked out. Like, it did work out. And it's still a good shot.
Well, you guys are painting.
Yeah.
You're painting something on a canvas.
Yeah.
We're
and-
making we're making something from nothing.
right.
Exactly. Yeah.
But there's going to be conflict.
Oh,
there
yeah.
Because you each have a paintbrush in your hand, and you
But I
work-
wouldn't have it any other way, man.
Yeah.
Literally any other way, because it's like almost a checks and balance in that sense. It's like because I have habits, like I like to try and darken my things.
Yeah.
And then Ty will be like, "Nah, man, we got to bump it up. Like we got to bump that light up a little bit more so we
Yeah.
can see it in post."
Stuck. I liked that the darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that, I noticed that.
That's the right amount of darkness, which is
Yes.
where I get messed up, and then Ty pulls me back.
Yeah.
And it's good, and then we have that good back and forth.
Right.
Of like, you know, Ty will, and what will be great is because, you know, like you said, we're two brains with two different paintbrushes, right?
Sure.
It's like, so like Ty will see a shot playing out one way or a scene playing out one way, and I'll be like, no, I see it playing out this way.
Sure.
And then either we'll shoot both ways. We'll shoot both ways, and then because we always have this saying like, oh, we like options, right? Like we like options in post and whatnot, and so we'll shoot it one way, we'll shoot it Ty's way. I'll be like, all right, fine. Like if we really can't sit down and come to an agreement, we'll be like, all right, fine. We'll shoot it your way. We'll shoot it that way. Then we'll be like, okay, now we'll shoot it my way. And then in the editing room, we'll just be sitting there, and either it will come together as a mix of both, or it'll be like, you know what, Ty? You're right. Or Ty, I'll be like, was I right?
Yeah.
Was I right?
Yeah.
So
That's really cool.
yeah, it really works itself out like nicely.
See, if I was with you guys in the team, I would be like, whoever's idea it was to approach the computer in Stuck and put that coffee cup down right in front of the camera. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. I would have been like, I like that.
Me.
And then,
Dang.
but I might have, had it maybe take up the whole camera.
Yeah. There's no right answer.
There's no right answer.
Yeah.
And have it, the whole camera blurry of that coffee cup, and then that would be a cut to the next.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic. I
Yeah.
mean, the fact that you put that coffee cup down right in front of the camera like
Yep.
that.
And these are things that we argue about for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, we'd be like, like distance wise, how far should it be? Or, just because that was one thing, like in, previous short films that we've attempted or worked on is like one of our issues was, especially when working with like a prop or something, like an object that brings importance to the story. Like we don't emphasize it enough, like let the audience fully see it like clearly. And so that was one thing going into it where me and Ty were like, yo, like we gotta make this like very obvious. Cause like, you ever seen the movie Inception or anything like that?
Yeah.
So one thing we tried to keep in mind, cause that deals with like dreams within a dream and like how they have like the little top there as kind of like, their compass to figure out, okay, am I dreaming? Am I still within the dream or am I out back in reality? So we were trying to use that coffee cup as almost like, okay, this is our spinning top here. Like the coffee cup isn't there in the night shots in the office because, okay, he's in the dream. The coffee cup isn't there now, so that's why we put so much emphasis on seeing it, right? Because we wanted to fix that mistake of our previous films of not making it obvious enough, but also not making it too obvious when we want the audience to feel rewarded.
Sure.
And not making it huge in those night shots.
Where did you shoot this?
We just shot it in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just right in my house.
One location made it easy for us. No dialogue, which made it.
Dialogue is huge.
Yeah.
Like it's huge.
That's a different animal now.
Yeah, but that's where we couldn't use me or Ty as an actor because like I can't talk on camera like that and make it look natural. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I'm not very good.
So that's where we really would need actors to be there.
Yeah.
Like we can physically play stuff out, but as far as like carrying out a scripted acted conversation multiple times for multiple takes is impossible. Like not impossible, but very very challenging and would not turn out very good.
I'm excited to see what you guys are going to do next.
Yeah.
What is next? We got a few more shows planned.
What is it this weekend? Are we going up to a show?
Nope, next weekend.
Next weekend. See,
More
this
music
is my manager
videos
here.
planned.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
What's your next plan? What's your next
shows, music videos, and I think we wanted to tackle some more short films this summer.
Yeah, actually, there was a short film festival that we were looking at with one of the other creatives that we had bumped into at a panel we had done last week.
Yep.
And we were talking, and she was talking to us about this film festival that goes on every month. It's like year round. It's called the Mothership Film Festival, and every month they have a new prompt. And so this month, obviously, it's the end of the month. We're probably not going to get into it. Next month, we're thinking about it, but we're going to have to see how it pans out with, artists and everything like that, who wants a music video, stuff like that. So we'll have to play it by ear, but a short film is like definitely something I know we're both pretty hungry to jump back into and take another crack at for sure. Because, Stuck turned out really good, and I think we had a few takeaways from that we'd like to improve on in our next one. So
I'm just looking for it right now, and of course I had it up here, and now it's. Fine.
Are you looking for the?
I got
short
it right
film?
here. Yeah, I got it right here. I'd love to. I'd love to play this if we
Please.
could.
By all means, yeah. Show the people.
Yeah. So I mean, this summer, what are we doing?
Looks like some festivals are going on, so probably get some festivals.
Continuing to gather gear too. We just barely started getting gear.
That's
together.
a big thing too. It's like huge. Like I don't know how much.
Definitely not very cheap.
No, I've probably spent $4,000-$6,000 now on gear alone. That's like one camera, 3 lights, and a laptop. It's crazy.
Man.
It's not a cheap hobby.
No.
By any means.
No. You can have all of the stuff in your head, but if you can't bring it to life with audio and video, then it's
doesn't matter. Yep. It's
I'm
crazy.
going to show this, man.
Please.
This is stuck. What you guys have done, Gino, Masi, and Ty. How do you say your last name, Ty?
Thornton.
Ty Thornton.
Yep.
Here it is, right here. Yeah.
There it is.
It's pretty. It's like, okay, what the hell is this all about?
Yeah.
It's like,
it's a little film.
What was in the coffee thing? Was it molasses? What was that?
So that was supposed to be. It didn't show up as well as we hoped on camera, but it was blood. It was blood coming out of the
Fake blood.
Fake
Shout
blood,
out-
not
shout
real
out
blood.
Chris.
That's why shout out to Dad, shout out to Chris for providing the fake blood.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a little nightmare for any coffee enjoyer.
I want to. Do you guys do you fly drones?
We do. We know how.
We did
to.
in school, so we know how to, but
We just don't
we
have
don't
one
have
of
a
our
drone.
own yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are not. We don't have any official certification, but
No, we don't have.
we
like,
know our way
licenses,
pretty
but-
well around
Yeah.
a cinema drone and stuff like that. So
There's some amazing drone footage of the flood in July. That I don't know
Yeah,
if
no, I did see some of
you
that.
have
Yeah.
seen some of that.
Yeah. Yep. Very, very sad. Like the whole thing, like crazy. Because that day actually, or that night, I walked up, actually past here on Main Street through the flood, in like shorts and like sneakers and stuff. So yeah, like it was bad. Like it was crazy, and I've like other places around the state too. Like it was ridiculous.
Have you guys thought about? And it's murky, but about trying to bring your skills and your cameras into the world of homelessness.
Oh, I actually had somebody reach out to me, and they wanted to do like a project where they basically just found one homeless person and made their day better. Like go around with a camera all day, just give them food, buy them some clothes. Obviously didn't go anywhere with the idea, but it's something that I would be very down to do.
Yeah. I think yeah, like I do want to do it. I think for me the one thing is like trying to figure out like what's something more that we can say about it, like what new view can we bring to it rather than just repeating the same thing over and over.
You seem like you're kind of a resolution guy.
Yeah,
Yes,
like we can, like that's one thing that we have this extraordinary power of having, bringing eyes to something by making it look visually pleasing.
Yeah.
But it's like,
But you like call to action.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like if we're gonna point our camera at some at tragic, horrible things happening to our community members, like I'm not gonna point my camera at them and just be like, look, like someone help them, right? I want to point my camera and be like, this is what's happening. This is what we need to do to step forward.
Sure.
Kind of thing. And I'm not in that space enough or work in that area enough to have a definitive answer or know people that could have like groundbreaking answers to this problem. So that's why I kind of step away from it and let the people who know more about it take care of it in this sense. But if there was a way where there is a way, like if I were to get people involved and actually do some good research on this and we could figure out statistics and figure out how we can move folks forward in that regard, then without a doubt, you'd have a 5-10 minute film about, I can picture it now. You follow 3 folks, right? 3 folks around and, one could be an addict and be addicted. One could simply just be homeless, or one could be, have gotten out of jail, right? And then those are 3 different stories that you can follow, right? Someone because of, financial purposes, they're homeless. Someone because of addictive purposes, those are 3 different avenues to end up at the same, down spot. And then how are the different solutions going to help different situations and different stories? So I think that would be how I'd want to approach it if I were to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Ty, what say you?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Just don't show something without a resolution, really. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm also thinking about like our audience, like who consumes our work the most, and I'd say that it's mostly people of our age. And I feel like if there's no resolution, then they might just think that the issue is like above them.
Yeah. That's something like that I see a lot, which is why I don't want to join that crowd of a lot of people our age just yelling about a problem, which is good. Like, it's not bad. Like, it's good to bring awareness to a problem, but at some point you can't just be another voice yelling about it, and you have to be in the room of people fixing it. And there's plenty of people that are in our age group and are younger than us that are already screaming way louder than we could ever scream or could bring any impact to. So, that's why I have my stance on it the way it is. So
I think the way that you guys are talking right now is you're way ahead of
thank you.
Of your time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I most certainly wasn't talking like that when I was 19, 20 years old.
I mean, I don't think it's I think it, I just got good genes, right? Thanks, Dad.
Yes.
But yeah, we no, it's, you grow up and, growing up, like we were in high school when the pandemic hit. Like it like shut everything down. Like, so there was literally, I only went to actual high school because I don't consider the career center to be like real high school because there's so hands-on learning and it's so much different. And that's how education should be. And I'm like, that is how it should be. Hands-on. Okay. Education doesn't work and it hasn't worked. Okay, it's still not working. By the way,
I like you, man.
I don't know if anybody listening is new to that, but by the way, it doesn't work. So anyway, hands-on learning, that's the learning that has to go on. People remember that. They remember experiences rather than lectures. Trust me.
When I was in high school, English, math, science, social studies.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
I would have done anything to have the Central Vermont Career Center or to learn what you guys are learning.
Our last year, they were actually trying to implement more traditional schooling into the Career Center schooling because they were afraid that those kids weren't getting enough of it.
I was lucky because I was on the board of the students when they were talking to that. And I was like, absolutely not. That you are going to take away what makes you special right there. So
that's it.
Yeah. So, I
mean,
it's
learn how to do your electrical work, learn how to work on your car, learn how to do film production if that's what you want to do, be in broadcasting, what have you. I mean, these are real skills, man.
Yeah, like seriously, like they're applicable. Like I get it, like you need the foundational academics, but it's like just even the way they go about it, it's just so dated. Right? Like, it's been studied and the format's been studied over and over. And it's like, they're setting you up to be good at being an employee and listening to what you want to do. It's like at this point, yes, we need employees, but like, dude, the stuff we got isn't working. We need innovation at this point.
Sure.
We need, like that's what we need. We don't need people to sit there and like listen to the same crap, that people are just passing down. It's like, okay, now we need to put a stop to this stuff that isn't working and it's rotting us from the inside. We need to rebuild it.
Do you guys you guys ever stop and say to yourself, for the rest of my life, I'm going to be able to say, I was in high school when the pandemic hit.
Yeah,
I have.
When you're 80, you'll be saying that, bro.
Yeah, it's funny because like I've seen some media and some videos around people talking like that, like oh, or like a comedian, he did a bit. He was like, when we're older, like our kids are gonna come up to us and be like, Grandpa, what was the pandemic like? You lived through this huge pandemic, and it was like, he was like, oh yeah, it was real bad, and the kid's like, like how many of your people that like really died of it or like got really affected? And he's like, not a whole lot, just new. I wasn't, over 60 at the time, so I was okay. And then the kid's like, what? It wasn't like, I thought it was like wiping people out left, right, etc. He's like, no, if you're above 60, yeah. I mean, I was okay. But yeah, so definitely have thought about that, and that's gonna be a crazy thing to do. But I don't think I'm gonna like it was definitely something that was really abrupt, and it did have a serious effect. But I think they strung it out way too long for how they were handling it and stuff like that. I think they really drug it out much longer than they needed to for herd immunity and stuff like that.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, I'll tell them, I'll be like, look, man, it was quite the time to be alive. And high school was the best because you literally could get on a call. Like this was like the best part about it is you could because it was all remote. So you get on a call, and then you just turn your camera off, mute yourself, and go back to bed. That's literally how the classes went. Like,
I couldn't do it at all. I couldn't.
Yeah, it sucked. It sucked.
Like, I didn't do it.
Yeah, I literally had freshman year of high school. No, not even. I had half a freshman year of high school, got cut off. It went back home, and then the next year you could come in like wearing a mask or like certain times of the day. But I just decided to stay all remote, stay out of high school because I hated school so much. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. And then junior year, the tech center opportunity came along, and I was like, yeah, like I'll go to school for that. So
who do we throw some love at over there? Michelle LaFrancis, LaFran.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
I get who do we throw love at? I'd say
Carlos.
Carlos, yeah, big shout out to Carlos. And Jody, she's the director, right? She's the director of the whole thing. Jody, amazing. She's so, like, I've never seen someone who oversees so many people, like, come down to such a personal level with the students, ever. Like, you'll walk by, you'll see principals and you know, people of that, you know, vice principals, and you'll see them walk around the halls or whatever, and, you know, they'll, what's up kind of thing, whatever. But no, Jody will sit there. She, like, you can tell, like, she enjoys what the kids are doing and what they're creating. Like, she'll sit there and be like, oh my God, you made a short film. Like, let's look at it. And she'd, like, be bouncing ideas off of us. Like, we helped design, like, their logo and, like, their color scheme, like, when they thought about rebranding. Like, we helped, you know, be the think tank for that and stuff like that. Like, so, you know, she's like,
Wasn't it like
she's just so involved.
blue and yellow or something like that?
Yeah, it's like blue, yellow, and, like, is
There's
gray?
some grays in there.
They ended up not doing a new design because they were joint up with Spalding, and then they became, like, their own district thing. I can't remember exactly how it happened, but long story short, they got separated from being directly involved with Spalding, so it kind of became their own thing. And they wanted to rebrand for that, but then they backpedaled and were like, no, we just like the branding how it is, we'll just leave it, which is fine. But no, it turned out, like, still good. Like, it looks clean. So yeah, but no, Jody, like, huge props to her. Like, she really makes it happen. Like, if the kids are, like, you know, talking to their teachers and are like, yo, like, we need this to be accommodated. Like, how can we fit that into, like, you know, legality purposes, right? Because when you're dealing with kids, like, a big thing for us was going off campus. And I think they're still trying to push that a little bit. But, you know, the paperwork behind that and, you know, having, like, it's basically field trip, right?
Yeah,
so all the guidelines that fall into place with that. But it's like, we're out here filming stuff. So, like, you know, we're walking around the streets and, you know, just going off wherever kind of thing. So it's not like you can have one person supervise 3-4 different groups.
Sure.
So that was hard for us, but they've definitely opened it up a little bit more since we've left and stuff because of our talks with Jody. Like, come on. But no, she's wonderful. She's great. And if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have the support and, you know, we wouldn't be where we are today, realistically, because we wouldn't have had the schooling that we got. So
BATC has thrown an awful lot of love at Jody and all the great work that she does over there.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Another really important name is Matt Benjina.
Matt.
He was our teacher for DMA 1 the first year that we had. And he doesn't work there anymore. It was actually his last year working there when we had him. Definitely just the best person to have to show both the productive and the fun side of, like, media creation. He really helped light our fuels.
Yeah, no,
give us fuel.
He because, like, I didn't like, it was one of those things where, like, you kind of go through life and you find what you enjoy. Like, I was just going through because, like, all I knew is that I hated school and I didn't want to do school, and that was the only thing I was sure on. And I went into the tech program with, like, you know, mind closed, like, nah, I'm not ready. I'm not going to try and learn, but I'll see what it's about.
It's better than traditional school, so I'm going to try
Yeah, so
it.
we'll give it a shot. And so I go in, and I was, like, the last student, because it's, like, a limited number. Like, this stuff isn't, like, you know, you can just walk in and you're in the class. It's, like, you have to apply, and then they have a certain amount of spots. And, like, you know, you might get in, you might not get in. And so I was, like, the last person to meet with Matt. And I went in, and I spoke with him, and I'm like, dude, like, this is crazy. Like, this is what I need. Like, like, I will fall in love with schooling here. Like, this would be great. And he's like, yeah, sure. Like, you know, like, if there's room and we can pick you, like, we'll get you in. And I'm like, oh, I hope so. But anyway, I go in, and I was still a little skeptical at that point because the first unit we were doing was photography. And I was like, I don't want to do photography. I initially went into it actually for music production.
Yeah.
Oh.
And because I'm a drummer, I play the drums. And I had gone in and we were doing photography, and then we went out on our first photo walk. Literally day one, I had never really used a camera. Day one, we were learning how to use a camera. We had it in our hands, and we were out on the field. like taking pictures of stuff we could find. And like literally from that moment of just going in, taking pictures, and then going back and processing them, I was like, I found it. I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
I know it. I found it. So then, you know, just from that point forward, and then just like there'd be times where you'd be looking at like an image or trying to make something and just be staring at like a blank screen on like Photoshop or something. And then Matt would come over and like he'd just grab a few items and just throw it in, and he'd be like, you got it. Like, just see what you can do. And like Ty was saying, like he'd really fan the flame of like your creative inspiration.
Yeah.
And he just really lit that up in people that had it. Like there was some kids in the class that like were very tuned out and were not interested, but like you could see the ones that he was impacting, like they would light up.
I hope these instructors are able to go back and hear what you have to say.
I hope so. I hope so. I want to share it with them. But no, they're phenomenal people. Like there hasn't been in the Central Vermont Career Center, there has not been one adult that hadn't been 100% supportive or caring about the projects and the safety and well-being for every student in there. There literally had not been one where I felt for 1 minute like they were like upset or like, you know, were like trying to shut you down in any way. Like they were, you know, I guess for lack of a better term, balls to the walls, go do it, guys. Like get it done, like create, you know, get involved with your program, right? Like just get involved. And they were so supportive. Like everybody there is wonderful. Everybody.
You guys are gonna do great things, man. And
I hope so.
we're gonna be paying attention, and we're gonna be watching for area film festivals for you guys, for your names.
Please do. Yeah. I mean, if we get any new stuff coming out, we'll be
let us
sure to
know.
upload it. We'll let you guys know. We'll be on GT Visuals for sure. That's where we'll keep all of our stuff from now on moving forward. But yeah, like we wanna help out in the community. We wanna, you know, show what Vermont can do for filmmaking, because Vermont's not known for filmmaking.
Yeah.
Like we're not known for our visual artistry. We're known for, like, you know, we make maple syrup, we make some good craft
Yeah,
beers.
right.
You know, we paint, and we're kind of kooky and artsy.
Yeah.
But no, we can make some good cinema.
Yeah.
We can make some good stuff.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's what we want. That's really kind of like what our overarching, you know, full term goal here.
Ty Thornton and Gino Masi. Two badass names, by the way, too.
Thank you.
I mean, can you just like,
We're trying to.
I worked with Gino Masi. You worked with Gino Masi? Yeah, and Ty Thornton. Thornton?
You got the GT Visuals duo,
Dude.
here.
We're trying to come up with like better names. I go by Ty the Guy. I think that's pretty cool.
Ty the Guy's
but
slick, but I can't think of any good like slick name like that for Gino.
No.
So, final question.
Final question.
What's the name of the podcast
What's the name of the podcast?
that you guys are going to give birth to?
Ooh.
We gotta come up with it.
Film Crew?
Film Crew. That would be good, but it's like trademarked. I
Film
feel
Talks. Film Talks.
Film Talk.
Something like that.
Well, you guys better just figure it out.
Yeah,
we'll
have to
figure
figure
it
it out for sure.
We'd loved having you in here, man.
Yeah, I'd love to
Loved
do
having
it.
you. Let's
That'd be
do it
fun.
again, man.
Yeah, for
All right.
sure. Just let us know, and we'll, you know, if we got free time, we'll come in and we'll show you the newest thing we're working on.
Bring Dad with you, too.
Yeah, we'll have him come in.
Oh, my
You got a
good-
3-chair setup? We'll all talk.
We'll
to him.
do it. We'll
All
do
right,
it.
sweet.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we'll bring him in here.
Thanks, boys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so
you.
much for coming in.
Yeah, appreciate it.